In this video, we will be talking about how to invest for as low as 50 pesos through GInvest in your GCash app. GInvest, a feature within the GCash app, enabling users to invest in local and international stock markets for as little as 50 pesos. This initiative aims to provide accessibility and affordability to investment opportunities, regardless of the user's financial status. However, it is crucial to consider the possible drawbacks of such easy access to investing. Prior to presenting available investment products by the ATRAM Group, GInvest requires users to complete a risk assessment questionnaire to determine their risk appetite. Investors who prioritize safety and are hesitant to risk their funds typically fall under the conservative category. These individuals typically avoid exposing their money to potential losses, resulting in lower potential returns. As a result, they often choose to invest their principal in money markets or fixed income funds. For such conservative investors, GInvest offers the ATRAM Peso Money Market Fund. The ATRAM Peso Money Market Fund is a fixed income fund based in the Philippines. The fund invests in time deposit placements in BDO and RCBC, as well as treasury bonds. Despite having a 2.15% one-year return as of this posting, this rate is still higher than savings banks. It is recommended to keep funds invested in this fund for a short period, typically 1 to 3 years. The minimum initial investment amount is 50 pesos. On the other hand, investors who fall under the moderate category are willing to take on a certain level of risk in exchange for the possibility of higher returns, taking a balanced approach. They typically divide their principal equally, with 50% invested in a stock or equity fund, and the other 50% in large company or corporate bond funds. For moderate investors, GInvest offers the ATRAM Total Return Peso Bond Fund. The ATRAM Total Return Peso Bond Fund invests in Philippine government and corporate bonds. As of this posting, the fund has a one-year return of 4.29%, which is considered decent. It is recommended to keep funds invested in this fund for a medium-term period of at least 3 years. The minimum initial investment amount for this fund is 50 pesos. Investors categorized as aggressive are well-versed in the market and are willing to take significant risks in their investment portfolios to achieve higher returns. These individuals typically allocate a substantial portion of their portfolio to local or international stocks or both. GInvest caters to this type of investor by offering the ATRAM Philippine Equity Smart Index Fund, the ATRAM Global Technology Feeder Fund, and the ATRAM Global Consumer Trends Feeder Fund. The ATRAM Philippine Equity Smart Index Fund, ATRAM Global Technology Feeder Fund, and ATRAM Global Consumer Trends Feeder Fund are available to aggressive investors through GInvest. These funds provide exposure to both local and international equities. Investors who seek higher returns can invest in these funds, provided they are willing to take on significant market risks. The ATRAM Philippine Equity Smart Index Fund is a fund that invests in 30 prominent large-cap companies listed on the Philippine Stock Exchange, such as Ayala Land Incorporated and SM Investments Corporation. As of this posting, the fund delivered a dismal one-year return of -4.69%. This highlights the risky and volatile nature of the fund. This fund is best suited for investors who plan to keep their funds invested for the long term, ideally more than 5 years. The minimum initial investment amount for this fund is 1,000 pesos. On the other hand, the ATRAM Global Technology Feeder Fund is a fund that invests in the stocks of global technology companies listed in the United States, such as Apple, Alphabet, and Samsung. As of this posting, the fund has delivered an impressive one-year return of 7.99%. Investors who plan to keep their funds invested for the long term, ideally more than 5 years, are best suited for this fund. The minimum initial investment amount required for this fund is 1,000 pesos. Finally, the ATRAM Global Consumer Trends Feeder Fund is a fund that invests in U.S. stocks of global companies that cater to individual consumer needs, such as Amazon and Alibaba. As of this posting, the fund has delivered a one-year return of -12.74%. This fund is best suited for investors who plan to keep their funds invested for the long term, ideally more than 5 years. The minimum initial investment required for this fund is 1,000 pesos. So, there you have it. You now know how to start investing for as low as 50 pesos using GInvest in your GCash app. However, before you start investing, it is important for you to do your research on the underlying investment, including the company, market conditions, and historical performance. If you are unsure about your investment decisions, seek advice from a qualified financial advisor who can help you make informed decisions based on your personal financial situation and goals. And finally, you should diversify your portfolio. Diversification is key to mitigating risk. Spread your investments across different asset classes, such as stocks, bonds, and real estate, and within those asset classes, choose a range of different investments. For comments or questions, feel free to leave them down below. Thank you for watching, and please don't forget to subscribe.